So I'm Paul Vincent, Principal AI Engineer with AWS. Covered that, so let's just get on into it. So this is all about software development, how we built this framework called AIDLC that we've been working with our customers to help them accelerate how they actually get product to market versus just the incremental increases that AI tooling has given their developers. So we'll talk about that. And I'm trying to figure out why my slides aren't progressing. There we go. So what I talk to a lot of customers, and what these are some of the common questions we have, right? We want our people to build without losing accountability. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about, in the current state of AI development, a lot of customers, a lot of companies have been using AI tooling to build software faster, but they lose a little bit of that accountability. And what do we mean by that? AI generates a lot of code, right? And where did we get that code from? What decisions were made to actually get to a point where we have some sort of thing that we want to put out into our marketplace, right? Whether it be a production or internal, external type of application. A lot of code is being generated with not a lot of accountability, right? So how do we solve for that, right? We also want to be able to ship products faster. So we've given our developers tools that help them do faster. So a lot of companies are out there, they're doing vibe coding, there's some spec-driven development, they're doing planning, but they're all doing it in their own way, right? And so they're building software, they're coding faster, but that doesn't necessarily translate into product from inception all the way through going to production, right? There's a lot that happens on both ends of the software development piece that aren't being accounted for in this AI transformation. I also hear a lot that, we've given access to all of the tools, all the AI tools, but we still don't see that company moving fast, right? Again, it comes back to the fact that we're using these tools in such a way that we're accelerating, but it's not in a well-formed framework. It's not a good cohesion all the way through from a product inception all the way to product deployment. So how can we do that, right? So how can we go beyond providing the best AI tools? So what we have is we have AI DLC. So it's a open source. So it's open source out there. We'll give you links at the end here to take a look at it. AI native methodology, purpose built to align the tool's roles, ceremonies for building complex systems at scale, right? And so what that means is we've taken the concept of software development, the traditional AI deal or traditional software development lifecycle, and we've enabled the entire spectrum of that from project planning all the way through deployment to be AI assisted. And how do we do that? So here's our AI DLC human in the loop model. The humans provide a task to AI. We've all done that. AI generates a plan and seeks clarification, right? Humans then provide that clarification. AI refines the plan. Humans approve the plan. AI executes the plan. Humans verify the outcome. And so all the way along through this cycle here, we're having AI provide things, but we're also having a very detailed human in the loop process here during the software development lifecycle. When we talk about the human in the loop, we talk about everybody involved in a product, not still in traditional silos that we have from an AI deal, from a traditional SDLC we have today. And traditional SDLC will have, the coding folks that are waiting for product to tell them what the product requirements are, right? And that might be some long 3 or 4 month period where they decide what the user journey is, the stories, that type of thing. They toss those over into a Jira system. The developers pick those up and they work on those things in serial, right? And then they give some feedback back to the product team. Hey, we're done with this. What do you think? And that goes back and forth. And there may be some other things in there as well that we're looking at. So maybe in the development cycle, we need a database provision. So we have to contact our DBA team, right, to build us a database or provision us something in a test area. Same for operational, right? We might need a cloud platform, or we might need a sandbox instance stood up by our DevOps team in order to be able to do some development against this new product we're trying to develop. So all of that happens very, very bespoke, right? It's all over the place. There might be email chains, there might be Slack messages, but it doesn't happen in a real cohesive manner. And it's anti to what we're trying to achieve in the world of AI, because the developers are using their tooling and they're developing code really quickly, but they're still waiting for all those other things to happen, right? And so this model is aimed to remedy that. And so here's what it looks like in real world. And so the methodology is here. We have this thing called mob elaboration, and this is where we bring in. So let's say we have a new product that we want to develop. We bring in everybody that would be involved in that product, from executive sponsorship all the way down to the very end developer, right? And everybody in between, developers, designers, product managers, business analysts, everybody that would be involved in this product that we're trying to build, right? We bring them into the same room and we call that our mob elaboration. All those people in the room talk about the product we're going to develop. And so we give the intent to AI. AI comes back with here's the set of requirements. Does this make sense? Everybody in the room reads the requirements, talks about it, elaborates with the AI on, yes, this is right, this is wrong, until they get it exactly right. And so out of that first phase comes an exact set of requirements that meets exactly what we're trying to build. And everybody in the room, human-wise, has agreed on this. And that's one of the main benefits of the AI DLC is that we're not waiting for all of the communication threads to happen from product to developers to security. They're all in the room and they're all talking about this and they're all doing this. And so we're able to see, we've done this with over 300 customers, we're able to see 6, 9, 10 months worth of work actually compressed down into a day and a half of this mob elaboration, right? From a product development point of view. Once we get through the inception phase, we bring out into what's called mob construction. So we still have that same group of people. It might be 30, 40 people in a room. We bring them out, we bust them out into smaller working groups because the construction phase in the AI DLC framework goes into domain-driven design. And so we bring out multiple groups that are still cross-sectional functional areas of the larger group into these smaller groups that focus on various components of the software that we're going to be developing. That happens in parallel. And again, construction phase is another day to 2 day period. And then we come all together at the end and we do our infrastructure as code, we do our deployment, we do our MVP test, whatever the product is, we get that to a point where we've actually deployed it and we're demoing it and we're testing it. And so we're able to see this happen in very short periods of time. So when we come in and do work with our customers, it's generally a 3 to 5 day period where we'll take something that they have on their backlog or they want to do, whether it be a feature, greenfield, brand new product, whatever it is, and we'll run through this framework just to kind of hands-on teach how this works. And we generally get to, I've had items, feature changes go to production inside of a 5 day period that were planned for months. And so a lot of you are probably thinking this sounds too good to be true, but it actually works this way. And so I would say look into it if you haven't, and I'll give you some links here on that on what this means and what this can mean for how fast you can accelerate your software development lifecycle. So here's some QR codes here, right? So again, it's open source. So there's a white paper. This is the original concept of AI DLC that was written about a year ago or so now around what we've done. We have some workflows. That is our open repository, open source repository. We're agnostic from a tooling point of view. We support Kira, of course. We support Klein. We support Cursor. We support Claude Code, Codex, Copilot. So all of the mainstream toolings that are out there, we support from our workflows point of view to be able to go do an end-to-end AI DLC methodology. There's some self-paced learnings out here and also some hands-on workshops that you can do as well to kind of get into it. And for a deeper dive, you can reach out to your account teams for sure from an AWS point of view and engage with my team, AI engineering, to talk about a deeper dive on this. So that's it. I'm ready to answer questions if there are any.